Hi, welcome back to my channel. You ever still need to do your taxes? Anyway, let's talk about Jojo Siwa. You probably know Jojo Siwa because she's famous. That would be my guess. She's a multi-platinum recording artist and she's been on TV since she was 10 and she said the F word at a celebrity softball game.
Jojo Siwa now steps to the plate. 1 out, 5 runs already in. Comebacker right back to Felix Hernandez. As you hear the frustration from Jojo Siwa.
Even if you don't follow her on social media, she's so ever present that at some point you have seen her. For most of her career, she's had the same look. Hair in a high ponytail, wearing a bow, in an outfit covered in sequins or bright colors, or maybe even both. But now, at the end of my life, she's trying to reinvent herself for a new era. And she's doing that with a new song, Karma. You've probably seen parts of the music video, and you've definitely seen this clip of Jojo dancing in what I think is her driveway. And people did not like it. My cousin loved Jojo, and I showed her this, and she started crying. If I saw this outside my house, I'd scream. Hi Jojo, I lack talent too. It's nice to see people like us represented in the overwhelmingly talent-led industry. I don't know, you might be giving people in the entertainment industry too much credit. This clip was posted on April 1st, so I thought, hey, Jojo's doing a joke. She's doing a little fooling. But no, this is genuinely the song, the costume, the choreo. And I don't think it's a great song, but this is just a snippet. I don't want to pass judgment until I can see and hear the full thing. I have seen and heard the full thing, and I am ready to pass judgment. But before I do that, I want to clarify something. She did not steal this song. I've seen so many people say she stole the song from Brit Smith, and that's just not true. That's not how pop music works. It's at the point where it's in the comments of every single TikTok Jojo posts. I promise you, an entertainer as big as Jojo and her team are not gonna just steal a song. They wouldn't download a car. She also has not claimed to have written the song.
The producer, Antonina, goes, I have a song that I want to play for you. It feels right for you. I don't know if you can have it because it's an old song and I have to get a lot of rights and I have to get a lot of people to sign off on you being able to do this song. But I think you might be the person to have this song. And she played me Karma, or a version of Karma.
She's just claiming that she performed it. And as far as I could tell, that is the truth. No matter who sung it, who wrote it, I think it's just kind of a generic song. It's not chicken soup for the soul as much as it's boiled chicken for the ears. For her audience, it might be the song of the summer and an intro to sights and sounds they've never seen or heard before. But I'm not a child. I'm a legal adult who will pay his taxes in full at some point. And I'm not the only one who thinks the song is kind of a stinker. I think the disconnect comes because she's allegedly entering her bangerz era. You know, she's wild, she's fucking crazy, she's making art that reflects her more adult self. At least that's the idea, but the end result doesn't quite line up with that. It doesn't all cohere. In the music video, with her white costume, she's got her hair in a ponytail, she's got sparkles on her face and on her outfit. The whole thing looks like it could be a reused costume from Dance Moms. And then the other outfit is just... she looks like a member of Kiss, but not like a good Kiss, like a middle school first Kiss where it's gross and slobbery and you cry afterwards. Karma's a bitch. I should have known better. If I had a wish, I would have never effed around. If you're gonna say a swear word in a song, you're a sinner and you're going to hell. So you might as well say all the swear words. Don't use swear word substitutes. It sounds ridiculous.
This is Team 10, bitch. Who the hell up flipping you?
The original version, the stolen version, says... which I think works more because it doesn't sound as childish. Kids are the ones who say, frick you, dude, I'm gonna F you up, what the crud? But adults cuss. They're serious. They don't do cartwheels, and they actually kiss people instead of just dry humping on the... okay, I have seen that. That is pretty adult. Another part of the disconnect is a lot of people talking about Jojo and the song are older than she is. I am. Jojo Siwa cannot legally drink. Her entire life falls into the early life and career section of her Wikipedia page because she's the same age now as I was when I left college. She's right around the same age Miley Cyrus was when We Can't Stop came out, hence the Bangerz comparison. That was the summer before I started high school, the same summer that Wrecking Ball came out. So I was watching someone who played a high schooler on TV while I was in elementary school show themselves to the world as a real, mature, sexual adult while I was just starting the very beginnings of that myself. I wasn't twerking on Robin Thicke with a foam finger or swinging naked on a wrecking ball, but that was more about access than anything else. Now I'm 25 and watching someone who has always presented herself as the living embodiment of a Claire's, dry humping and almost kissing people, it's a little weird. This is from an article about Miley's VMA performance. What made it so cringeworthy was its crassness. From the song itself, catchy but mind-numbingly silly and about 5 minutes away from sounding dated, to Cyrus's choice of wardrobe, a stoned-out leotard. Instead of singing along to We Can't Stop, it seemed more fitting for the horrified masses to scream, "Please! Stop!" Calling the song catchy but mind-numbingly silly and about 5 minutes away from sounding dated. That's literally what people are saying about Karma. That's what this video is. Jojo's not using Miley as a blueprint. She's just copying. And I think that inauthenticity is not lost on people. Am I gonna sound like a boomer in 10 years when she inevitably turns to country and people go, finally, she's putting that Nebraska rasp to good use? I don't know, I don't think so. I think the song is a forgettable pop song that might mark the end of an era for JoJo, the start of a new one, but you can't stay an emerging adult forever. No one's actually just a 29-year-old teenager. She also said she was inventing gay pop.
I wanted to start a new genre of music. And they said, what do you mean? And I said, well, it's called gay pop.
Which would be like if I said I was inventing commentary videos. You know, no white man in his 20s has ever sat down in front of a camera and told jokes that he wrote down in a Google Doc. Drew, I've never heard. Then she walked that back a little and said that she was the CEO of gay pop.
Do you want to go back on your statement and say that you weren't the inventor of gay pop?
I definitely am not the inventor of gay pop, for sure not. But I do want to be a piece in making it bigger than it already is.
Okay.
I want to bring more attention to it.
Okay.
I'm not the creator, but I'm not the president, but I might be like the CEO or the CMO.
Okay.
I could be the CMO, the chief marketing officer.
I like
I'll be
that.
the CMO. My marketing tactics, whether people like it or not.
I think that's fair.
All right, I'm the CMO of gay pop.
I'm not here to name all of the queer artists who have paved the way for her. That would take too long, and if you're in my audience, you've probably got a dozen examples in your head already. Gay people have been making gay pop as long as there has been pop music, and I think to be the CEO of gay pop, you need at least 2 songs. Boomerang does not count here. And then, I think just for me, she went on Call Her Daddy, the Tonight Show of celebrity podcasts. I understand why it still exists as an institution, but I just look at the show, especially when people who I like are on it, and I go, really? Her version of smoking 5 cigarettes on the podcast is wearing this hat.
What is happening with your hat?
Honestly, what's happening on my head, what's happening in my head, we never know.
I don't know if it's more distracting for me as a viewer or for her as a person. Yeah, it is definitely more distracting for the viewer than it is for the person wearing it. I've edited parts of the video with this hat on. No problem. Would I wear this out in public? Probably not. But to have a conversation with one person in one spot? Yeah, for sure. Easily.
This is March 2022.
Okay.
So I'm thinking music's coming out in July. I gotta bust a nut to get this music done, right?
Ah, just like the Beatles. Oh, Ringo, if you don't start jerking off with us, we're not gonna let you have any more songs on the album.
Talk to me, though, about the hate. Because it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
If you go on TikTok, if you go, there are people being like, is Jojo Siwa okay? There's comments on the music. People are really being mean.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about it?
I am giving the world art, and they might not like it. They might hate it, but they're enjoying it.
Are they? Or Is it possible? Is it perhaps somehow you, Jojo Siwa, have performed a song that's not great? That could be the case, and people are making fun of that because people make fun of things they don't like. You ever heard of commentary YouTube? Surely the more likely thing is that people are actually getting a guilty pleasure out of this.
But I was talking to her and we become a bit of friends, and I was talking to her and I was like, she was saying that she went home and all her friends were like, so what's JoJo like? Like, is she annoying? Is she loud? Like, what's she like? And DeKayla was like, I mean, no, like she actually is like quiet.
You are a very nice person that like has an online persona that is larger than life.
Yes.
So it's hard, I bet, for a lot of people to like even believe there's like substance and a chill person and a human behind that.
I don't know how anyone would look at Jojo Siwa and not see artifice, not see a public persona. She's a totally different person.
Yeah, I sure hope it does.
That's part of the reason people don't like Karma. This whole thing feels so contrived. It feels like she's having this growing up moment, not because she genuinely wants to, but because she thinks it'll be a smart business decision. Like, listen to the way she talks about her cars.
Oh, my first car, my parents bought me. And they had it wrapped with my Dream the Tour logo. That was my big concert tour that I did when I was a kid. And it became a big promotional tool. Me driving it all the time. Me in pictures, me in videos. It became like massive promo. We're like, oh shit, this is a thing. So then they made toys of the JoJo car. And then we were like, okay. So then I got this car. And my manager got me this car. And it was originally painted really cool. And then I just didn't like the paint job anymore. And so I wrapped it. And David Dobrik had pranked his friend and put his face all over it. And I was like, oh my God, think of the video if I put my own face. That would be hysterical. So I did it for a video, and then it became a thing. And they made that car for a toy. And then it became a massive promotional tool.
So much of her life is a construction to sell something, namely the Jojo Siwa brand. And she is damn good at it. She has been incredibly successful as a marketer and as a business person, and no one can take that away from her. I just think the end result of that is that the things she creates are so market driven, and they're so meant to get views and ad revenue and relevance and social media clout at the expense of having a thoughtful, personal, artistic message, which is fine.
I feel like I'm finally becoming the artist that I've always wanted to be. I'm so proud. I know the world's gonna shit on it.
No. Yes. Yeah. Why'd I say no? Yes.
But we got to watch it to shit on it. You know what I mean? True. And whether people like it or not, it has become, and yes, pun, very much so intended, people's guilty pleasure.
I've watched this clip so many times. I have no idea what the pun is. The song's called Karma, so the pun's not there, right? Please, if it's there and it's obvious to everyone else, I'm gonna lose it. The beanie version of this hat is way worse. The strands keep touching my face, and I don't know about you, but I would rather eat hot coals than have a random hair touch my nose.
I think I've just understood, because I've grown up in it, that it's just a game.
Yeah.
It is just a massive game, and it is art, and I'm an entertainer.
And you're really fucking good at it.
Thank you. I try.
It's about chasing the views. It's about getting the numbers.
Look, it got people talking.
That's her barometer. Are people watching? Are people talking about my song? How much engagement am I getting? And I fundamentally disagree with that as a good way to value art. Of the three hats, this one is easily the best. Lil Orville Peck inspiration. You know, I'm not Cowboy Carter, I'm Cowboy Farter. And even with this many strands, I can see through it easily, especially if I move my head. Now it's even easier. I can do this all day. Is my Cole Sprouse video the best art I've ever made because it's the most viewed art I've ever made? I don't think so. I've got at least a half dozen videos I like more than that one.
I will rarely, pretty much never, I'm going to say never, claim to be a singer. I will claim to be an artist or a performer. Like I said, I will never, ever claim to be a singer.
Yeah.
But I will claim to be an artist.
Okay.
I have yet to see a single person say, she sang this poorly. I don't think that's the critique. The critique is that the song is not well made and vapid and bad. And that's okay. That's not a moral failing. Hanging out with Colleen Ballinger in 2024, now that is. Karma's one thing, but the Toxic Gossip Train, now that's a catchy song. She's only gonna grow and learn and fail in public. And that's tough. If I had every song I wrote or sang as a 20-year-old shown to millions of people, I'd weep. My first YouTube video, privated. I don't need people seeing that. As she puts out more music, it's gonna lose its novelty and nothing will garner the same volume of reactions that this did. Jojo Siwa will continue to find new ways to get views and attention from things that she's proud of. And based on the way that she views art, that'll be enough for her. Thank you so much for watching this video. It really does mean a lot to me. If you enjoyed it and you wouldn't mind leaving a like or subscribing, I'd really appreciate that. And OTJOJO, good pop, it is not JoJo. And I am the arbiter of good gay pop music, alright? Wow. We've made it to the end of another video. There'll probably be a clip in a few seconds, but for now, thanks so much for watching. It really does mean a lot to me. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye! Won't be jerking off with you, Paul, if you don't write a new fucking song. Jerking off with a boy.